LAPD is group stalking. You already saw them in the video, and you can also see the engineer light here. They're amplifying, communicating a threat, and you have the people of the state that are, again, simultaneity of conduct is not a coincidence in the specific environment. They are engaging in the role of what is crossing path with immediacy, especially as I'm in operation of my communication device in the specific environment where the entity is amplifying helicopter activity. This is documentation that's going against the people of the state. This is the criminal pattern of conduct that they engage in corporately on a ceaseless basis. They are also a hostile entity, a demon-possessed one, as I am exposing the little secret society system that they've been engaged in for a long time. The entity engaging in such foolish conduct, such as group stalking in a helicopter, with knowledge of the wealth of documented group stalking by that corrupt law enforcement agency in the face of showing what is a pre-existing pattern of in the specific environment by agencies such as the Ontario Police Department, is speaking to the entities in intent to engage in communicating an aggressive threat. All right, just like you see them flying over my head while they fly beside the light source, by the way. While they fly beside the light source, hovering over my head in my videos where I'm showing you time after time again at the same time in an entirely different location, the light source while I'm in Los Angeles is directly over my head, and you'll also see another corrupt law enforcement agency on that date and timestamp that I'm using as a vivid illustration, group stalking in helicopter. So I just want to document this. This is LAPD. You already know that they're group stalking. This is the maintenance of the light source. The entity is maintaining impossible light, as you see this manifesting in a different way. As I close my blinds, don't be deceived by this. Like I told you, this light has nothing to do with the light source. And by the way, this has nothing to do with any sort of light that's going to appear at this concentrated level. This is appearing as though it's setting. It's not going anywhere, and it has nothing to do with this light. Where the sun is maintaining presence at the Ontario Motel 6 on Vine Avenue, there's not going to be any sunlight on my room. There's not going to be any sunlight even if the actual sun was present. If the actual sun was present over Alvarado Gardens at any time of the day, it wouldn't be present from morning until evening. Okay, that is LAPD. It's currently 6:09 p.m. This is a documented act of terrorism by the entity. That's, again, who is going to be prosecuted. We can use Rita Vega, who's group stalking using their vehicle as a method of light activity in the parking lot. The entity is acting as one. Rita Vega is going to be prosecuted for the multitudinous ways in which she's engaged in terrorism as an entity, including group stalking, living at a crime scene, acting with a corrupt law enforcement agency. The entity is acting to its own demise. All right, this is a documented act of ongoing terrorism, and they engage in it corporately while they are hostile to the fact that they are being documented. This is speaking to the threat that the demon-possessed pose in the United States while they're monitoring American citizens with corrupt law enforcement agencies in this country. That's what you're getting from this. It's currently 6:10 p.m. This is impossible light activity that would never result if the sun was over Motel 6 in Ontario, California on Vine Avenue. There is no vantage point where any sunlight is going to appear. First of all, sunlight doesn't do that. Second of all, where the sun is over Motel 6 in Ontario, none of that light activity is ever going to result, period, under any circumstances. All right, even when you are entertaining the illusion. Well, if that's the sun over the Motel 6, then how is there any sunlight here? If that's the sun over Motel 6, there is not going to be remaining for the duration of the day a sun over Alvarado Gardens. The two are not occurring at the same time. The sun under no circumstances remains stationary at one address, and that's literally what this is documentation of. And you also know that the LAPD, a corrupt law enforcement agency, and they are demonstrating demon possession as they are engaged in group stalking and the impermissible threat, continuously group stalking with the people while they're being exposed and documented. All right, it is currently 6:10 p.m. and this is P.O.C.